Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to the fastest growing sports gambling podcast in the tri-state area. We got AA Anthony Alessino. We got the graduate Brian Castiglione. And my name, as always, is James Hawkinjos. And this is Parlay-Vous. All hell broke loose in the NFL this week. What's up? It's Parlay-Vous. It's week 10. But real quick, we're talking about week 9. All hell broke loose last week in the NFL. Kind of like we were living in the fucking Twilight Zone, no? I should have looked at the numbers, but I would love to know how many favorites actually covered. Not many.
No, it was a brutal week for, I don't want to say the book.
It was a brutal week for the public.
It was a brutal week for the odds makers. They did a horrible job of predicting the spreads altogether, and in turn, it ended up being very bad for the public. But, yeah, no, it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, you got the Saints getting upset. You have a list or no?
The list of stuff from the no. I don't have it yet. But so, you got, just off the top of the head, you got the Bills lose to Jacksonville, Chiefs don't cover,
and don't score a touchdown.
Yeah, and not tonight. They only lost by what, like 6 points or whatever it wound up being.
It was 9-6.
9-6
in the worst game.
They
of the
lost
year.
by 9-6, but
it looked ugly.
They missed 3 field goals. The Jaguars.
Yeah, no.
So it could have been way worse. Now I think 2 of them were the same attempt, so it's not 6 points, it's 3.
Yeah.
But whatever, they missed 3 extra field goals that they had a chance. It could have been, way more than a possession by the end.
Yeah. No, it was a tough week. It was really I don't know. It made me feel like, okay, the Cowboys totally dudded it out.
Cowboys were a dud.
This is where you find value.
Yeah, Cowboys were the big dud of the week.
This is where you find value moving forward for those playoff odds, for those like Super Bowl odds, for those MVP odds. Matt Stafford didn't play well last night. I'm sure he lost odds. I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Like, so all those things, rough. Yeah, that's where
It's crazy how fast the league can change, right? Because 2 weeks ago, the Bengals were the number 1 seed in the AFC, and today, as it is, they're the 10th seed on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I think it's the Browns to lose, which is crazy to say.
I'm not even talking the division. I mean 10th overall.
Well, no, I know I'm saying, but I don't think the Bengals are going to go ahead and win this division. I think they lost that momentum, and now they're just trying to figure out how to regroup. But I think we're going to find out this week. Obviously, we don't know the odds, but when we guess the lines, I think we're going to find out are the odds makers panicking at all. Now, they're probably not. So a lot of those spreads, at least the way I did them tonight, right? Like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I went down a little bit, but I didn't overreact. Like you because they're not going to overreact, at least in my opinion. You know what I mean? What do you think, Brian, about this week?
I think Hawk's intro was perfect. It was a very weird week. I know you're not saying definitely not to overreact in like a betting sense, but in like an NFL football term sense, if there's any week to start, maybe taking note of some random overreactions, I think maybe this might be the week. Like, are the Browns this much better without Odell? This is how it's going to look every week.
So, Tance, I know he has some next-gen numbers on it.
Right.
But real quick, just simple passing offense. Since this marriage began, Browns passing offense without Odell. With Odell, rather.
Mm-hmm.
About their total NFL passing offense with Odell, 20th out of 32. Without Odell, now this isn't just this year, the whole marriage.
10 euros.
Take a guess. 20th with him.
I'm going to say 12th.
Close.
I was going to say 14th.
8th.
Okay.
8th out of 32.
And this is a team that's known for what? To run the ball.
Running the ball.
Right. So,
I'm telling you, it does something to you. I have it over here. Compiling Odell stats, right? So just to ran some numbers very quickly on the wins and losses when he was on the Giants, when he played and when he didn't play, active games and not active, and then the same thing with the Browns. So without Odell, the Giants are 6-15. Without Odell, the Browns are 7-4. With Odell, the Giants are 25-34. And with Odell, the Browns are 14-15. What that equates to is totally, in his entire career, games that he's been on an active roster but hasn't played, the teams combined are 13-19. With him, in his entire career, the teams are 39-49. That doesn't feel that different.
No, and like you said, it's worth...
It's percentage points difference. And you can equate it to whatever it is, but like, now you're getting into advanced metrics we're not going to get into, but because we don't know that. But what does what did those percentage points mean in regards to salary? Like, to a GM, is he worth $7 million a year at this rate? Yeah, he produces. Yeah, he catches the ball. Yeah, he gets open. We saw it. His dad wrote a video. His dad sent out the video. I watched the video. He gets open. That's not the problem. The issue is he isolates himself in the locker room. He's not a team leader. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do the right thing. He doesn't show up first and stay last. Like there's all these different things that go into it.
Well, and like talking about, I was just going to say there are other things. That's not a complete indictment on Odell. The numbers, it's not a complete indictment, but it's just, it feels when you watch the game like their teams are better off when Odell's not on the field. But other things go into it. The quarterback goes into it. Eli goes into it. I'm meaning Eli back when he was playing. There were points, especially towards the end, Eli couldn't get him the ball if he was open 17 yards down.
I 100% agree.
Schematics, the way the offense is run. The Browns are not trying to take 17 shots to Odell per game.
If everybody had the opportunity to go play for the best quarterback of their generation, I'm sure they would, but that's not how it works. There are players that have made careers, and I was thinking about this before. There are players, wide receivers, tight ends, running backs that have made careers off of the scheme, off of who they were getting thrown, who threw them the ball, right? Made careers. Just like there are probably uberly talented players who didn't have that career that everyone thought they would have because they couldn't get the ball to them. Perfect example, in my opinion, Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
Megatron.
Even though Megatron's still probably going to wind up in the Hall of Fame, Allen Robinson to me is like, I don't think anybody can knock his talent, his ability. But he hasn't been fortunate enough to be on a team where he's the focal point. Someone can get him the ball consistently. And that's just the way it is. So you can't just be like, well, he had Eli, he had Daniel Jones, he had Baker Mayfield. But if he had Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees and this and that, yeah. If I played 16 games for Drew Brees, I might catch a screen pass, dude. That's the way it works. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. I mean, I think he's incredibly talented. And from a talent aspect, I would say probably top 10 still, right? I would say. But from, is it worth it? From the aspect of everything else in the NFL, I'm like,
Another part of it with the Brown saga, at least to me, is torn ACL, and then he had the foot thing, right? Whatever it was. Point being, with a young quarterback, Baker Mayfield, you say what you want. He's not that good. He is that good. Whatever. He's not really bad or really great. He's somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
But it doesn't help you developing a rapport with a young quarterback who just came into the league when half of the time he's been there, you haven't been available. Forget about the off-the-field stuff. Forget about practice. Forget about his dad in the video. When you've missed 40 to 50% of your games with the team and with that quarterback, but Donovan Peoples-Jones has been there for every snap that he's been on the team. Mm-hmm. Jarvis Landry has been there for most of the time he's been with the team.
I'm not a mind reader, and I know that Matt Stafford is way better than Baker Mayfield, so I'm not even making the comparison. But what I've heard last night was that Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford get up every morning at 6 a.m. together. They meet at the facility. They have breakfast together. Then they watch film, just them two, for a few hours. Then they hit the practice field. Every single morning. They built the rapport in I don't know, a couple months, 6 months, as to what Odell and Baker couldn't do in 3 years. Now, I know he was hurt. I get that. Doesn't stop him from watching film. Doesn't stop him from eating breakfast, playing cards, any of that. But he's just not that guy. And in my opinion, just my opinion, if I was the quarterback of a team and I didn't feel comfortable, if someone didn't, my number one wide receiver, supposed to be, didn't make me feel comfortable, and I felt like, oh my God, I got to get this guy the ball. If I don't get this guy the ball, then blah, blah, blah. And I'm in my own head about trying to get this guy's stats padded and not worried about just winning the ball game and getting, finding the open guy. That's bad. But that's my whole Odell thing. That's my gripe.
Yeah, I've said my piece on Odell, Brian.
You got anything else before? I'm good before
it gets so I got one more point. Little MVP talk. Okay. I know we're only halfway through the year, but
I'm good for it.
This is something that I thought about as we were watching the games, and I thought about even more this morning, doing my routine, thinking about the show. You remember the 2011 season, 2011-2012 season? I could not tell you who Brian's giving me a face. You'll see where I'm going with this. I couldn't tell you who won the MVP that year. I mean, if you could get on that on your phone or something, I couldn't tell you. But we, from since basically the end of that year, you and me have had this conversation. You and me have had this conversation. You could make a very solid argument that Peyton Manning should have won MVP that year, having not played a single snap, because he missed that whole year. That they didn't add anybody, they didn't lose anybody. Peyton just gets hurt. They go from being the 2 seed in the AFC to 1-15, right?
Yeah.
Arizona, Colt McCoy, 21 for 24, something like that. Lights it up.
That's good.
They beat ass. Does that trend down for Kyler Murray's MVP conversation? And in the same boat, Green Bay, we said they would have beat the fucking brakes off of Kansas City had Rodgers played in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love played, but couldn't move the ball on third down. So to me, I mean, if it was me, if I had a vote, needle down from Kyler, needle up for A-Raj.
That's it.
Speaking of A-Raj, 2011 MVP, A-Raj.
A-Raj. All right, there you go.
So here's the thing. It's weird. It's a really weird way to think about it. I mean, if you're on I don't think the odds are affected, but I think if you're a betting guy, a betting man, and you're going to put money on it, I think that's a very good way to think about it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Kyler, well, they could do it without him.
I don't even necessarily mean that. I mean, if you had a vote, does that matter to you, what you saw out of Colt McCoy?
I think it does. Why not?
You think it does?
Yeah.
I think he does. I think
Why
if Colt McCoy can come in and go,
even though,
do
to
what
be
he did,
fair, I feel like everyone kind of knew that if Aaron Rodgers fell out of the picture with Green Bay, let's just say, even if it wasn't a COVID thing, if he got hurt or something like that, that's what the team was going to look like regardless. No?
Yeah, I mean, here, let's do it this way, right? So if it came down to Dak Prescott versus Aaron Rodgers for the MVP this year, just say, would you say, well, Rodgers didn't play a game and they lost and they really could have used him, over, well, Dak should have beat Denver and he threw up a dud.
You can use the same logic here with Cooper Rush last week on Sunday Night Football.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. But I'm saying, so what hurts more? That Dak no-showed against a team they should have beat, or that Rodgers, I guess with Rodgers, they would have dominated? You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same exact thing. Like I look at, so at the end of the day, when you look at this MVP race, I feel like you're going to look back on it and be like, well, let's see. Dak didn't perform against a team they should have beat, and against a team that it was top 5 defense, he crushed. Okay, so you get plus, you get a down. It's like March Madness, you know what I mean? Exact thing. Strength of schedule. Who you beat, who you didn't beat, what's your good wins, what's your bad losses. Like, it's the same thing.
I feel like very similarly to the Heisman deal, it's more about moments, because anybody in the top 5 of both the Heisman or the NFL MVP has the body of work, has the stats, has the record. It's about moments. MVP making moments, Heisman making moments, right? So I would argue, I've always kind of felt this way, the MVP race doesn't start until like week 12. Week 12 to week 17 is where you're going to find out.
Well, I'll tell you
You're
what.
getting your playoffs together. You kind of see who's gaining momentum, what it's going to look like.
You could have that, say Arizona continues to do well. Well, the Rams got them twice already, so it's a bad argument. So,
what about the Raiders?
What about them? Like if they
I'm trying to make the example for you. Like
Derek Carr.
Like if the Raiders kept going and they were like, say, 10-3, and then here comes Kyler and they're down 14-0 at halftime or 17-3 at halftime, and if they final scores 21-17 on Kyler's legs and arm, that's an MVP making moment right there. You see what I'm saying?
I never thought of it that way, but I will say this. I don't think there's ever been, and I have no information to back this up, so let me just start with that, but I don't think there's ever been an MVP favorite in week 4 that I hung on and won it. You know what I mean? It's always...
that's because it's been Russell every year for the last 5 years.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, MVPs are not made in September and October. Like, that's just the nature of it. You know what I mean? You got to kind of earn the stripes, I guess. I mean, I never thought of it that way. I always thought that, you could find value in... Like, if you don't bet week to week and you bet year end, which I don't really do, but you can find value in... In the beginning of the year, you could find value in Dak at MVP, the same number now that you could get Mahomes at. So you could have got a few guys at like over plus 1,000 odds, and you could be sitting pretty right now. You know what I mean? Like there's a few guys where you see they're the favorites, but at some point throughout the year, they weren't. You know what I mean? At some point throughout the year, they were plus 1,000, and you could have got them. But it's all about that, finding the value of when they're getting hot and how it rolls. So now, obviously, you would take Russell Wilson because odds are he's out of the race, right? But at some point, people were smashing him, you know? And now it's like, all right. I don't see Kyler Murray. I just don't think that. I don't know. I don't know why I don't see it in him. I really don't. I just don't see him as the MVP this year. And I think people are sleeping on Lamar Jackson, and that's
just third comeback victory this season of double-digit points or more.
Who?
Lamar.
Yeah, right. So
this week was Lamar's.
I was just about to say this. I think Lamar is might be an interesting pick going into the end of the season. If he keeps playing the way he does, everyone's talking about how much better he's passing. And the way he shifts these games, I know we talked about like Derrick Henry a couple weeks ago, but
he's, to me, I think this is, as far as like in the limelight, this is his quietest year. I don't feel like, I feel like his MVP season, all I heard was Lamar. You know, now I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing Kyler. I'm hearing Stafford. I'm hearing, you know, guys, I'm not hearing that. And I think that's a good thing for Lamar because he's there.
I think part of the reason you're not hearing so much about Lamar this year is because early on in his career, everybody was saying, let's make this guy be spectacular. You know, like in a way, like, let's make him make these throws. Let's make him beat us. And he did.
Yeah.
They're putting 9 in the box. Oh, you want to run your triple option? Go ahead. And he did it.
Yeah.
You can't throw the ball deep. He did it. Now, he's just playing football the way Lamar plays. He's making the short throws. He's doing it all quietly.
Well, all right. So before Guess the Lines, one question. Jack, you got to answer this too. Starting a franchise right now, today, Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes? I asked the tough questions on the show.
Before we get into that, I just wanted to tag one more thing on the Lamar Jackson MVP race.
Ahead.
He'd be going for his second. Harder to get the second than it is to get the first.
I agree.
So I think that's the only thing that would hold me back on sending the house on Lamar winning MVP right now. It's because Kyler hasn't gotten one yet.
Stafford
hasn't gotten one ever. He's been in the league
and Stafford would
13
be
years.
that'd be a good story. First year on the Rams, balls out, gets MVP.
I'm still gonna say Patrick Mahomes because I've seen him do it. I've seen the come from. I just said Lamar has 3 come from behind victories. I just haven't seen him do it when it mattered the most yet. And I know Mahomes can and will make every throw in the book. I don't know if Lamar can or will make every throw in the book. But it's like ice cream.
I mean, I'm going Patrick Mahomes.
All ice
too.
cream's delicious. It's just a matter of do you
No.
At first, I didn't understand that reference, but now I get it.
I agree with Hawk entirely for the same exact reasons.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen him in the Super Bowl. He's won one. It's been there before. It's been done. Not to say that he's any not that he's way more talented than Lamar or anything like that, but he's been there.
Yeah,
and experience that's got to count for something.
Patrick Mahomes too.
I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
It's a winning pedigree, and if it continues, it continues. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, you just die on that sword. That's how I feel too.
Right.
Like, you know. All right. Hey, 4-0.
What's the worst thing that happened? You took someone with huge upside and it doesn't work out.
I agree.
You know,
it's how you feel. Yeah, with Trevor Lawrence too. That's how it is now. You guess some lines.
Guessing of the lines.
All right.
Teams on bye this week: Chicago, Cincinnati, the New York Football Giants, and the Houston Texans.
Big win for the Giants this week.
Thursday night, Baltimore is going to Miami. I got Baltimore laying 7.5 on the road.
I got Baltimore laying 7.5 on the road.
I have Baltimore laying 7.5 on the road.
All right, well, tie game, and the spread is Baltimore laying 7.5 on the road.
Does that mean we're doing our job?
Oh my god!
The right way?
Is
that how it works?
First. That's an absolute first. All right.
Flip that shit.
That's a fucking banana split,
right.
dude.
Sunday. I don't understand I don't really get all the ice cream references, but Sunday.
Yeah, big ice cream.
November 14th. Atlanta heads to Dallas. I'm not going to overreact. I told myself I wasn't going to overreact. Now I want to look at yours. Now I'm nervous. I got Dallas -6.
Like I said, not going to
Oh my
overreact.
God.
Not going to overreact. I got Dallas -5.5.
5.5.
Got Dallas -5.5.
Oh, no.
Dallas -9.
Oh, jeez.
All right. I mean,
We know they're not overreacting.
Alice, you could take the point, but I don't like that one bit, dude.
I will take the point.
After you got it. I gave it to you.
All
It's
right.
3-2. I don't like that one bit. Dallas -9 after what we saw this weekend from both of these teams. I mean, they just got hung a 40 burger up in Jerry World. So you want to tell me they're home? I don't care because they just got decimated by Denver.
See, now I feel like that's the odds makers not reacting at all to what happened last week.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And I thought
they're not overreacting.
I thought
at
they'd
all.
react slightly. I didn't think they'd
No.
overreact, but that's just
I
not reacting at
also
all.
think like after what happened this week, you'd want to keep the line a little low because you get to not. I'm not going to touch that. I might
Not a
tease
9,
it.
yeah.
I might tease it. I might take some action on an over/under deal, but I'm not touching -9. And part of the odds makers deals is they want people to play.
Right.
They don't want to scare everybody off.
Mhm.
So that's crazy to me.
So next game, we got the New Orleans Saints, led by Trevor Hill, right? Or
Trevor Simeon,
or no, I did it purposely.
Oh,
we
take
don't.
some help.
Yeah, that was purposely. Yeah,
All
come
right.
on. At the Titans. I know it's spicy. They're gonna. I bet you they split reps this week. I bet you. Not in practice, in the game.
That would be a wild.
That would be
Anyway.
so ugly.
I bet you. Anyway, versus Tennessee Titans, they figured it out. Weird. I was bashing them 3 weeks ago, and they figured it out. Even without Henry, they looked great last night. I got Tennessee -7.
Yeah. After hearing this Dallas spread, I'm instantly concerned I went too low. But no Derrick Henry. I still don't know how much I believe in Ryan Tannehill. I don't think one game is going to tell you the story of what this team is going to be going forward without Derrick Henry. I got Tennessee -3.5. And I always just think about Zach Wilson let a 10-point deficit come back to beat this team just a month ago. So that's in my head.
If you do that.
Every time I look at
Yeah.
Tennessee, that's in my head. Tennessee -3.5.
I have Tennessee -6.5.
Tennessee laying 3 on the Saints.
Wow.
There you go.
I happen to think that's too little, but we'll move on.
I think that's just right.
Jacksonville at Indianapolis. Indianapolis really beat up the Jets for the most part Thursday night. Ran all over them. Jacksonville stunned the Bills, but whatever. And I'm not going to overreact. I'm going to say Indianapolis -7.5.
Yeah, I don't think I'm overreacting either, but I mean, if you can play and get 250 rushing yards like they did against the Jets and take as much out of Carson Wentz's poor decision-making hands as you can, you're gonna run all over these guys. I think Indy -9.5.
I have Indy -7.5.
According to the book, Indianapolis will be laying 10
Wow.
on Jacksonville at home.
That's high. All right. Well, hey, I can see it. All right. The Cleveland OBJ list Browns head to the Patriots. And Patriots are kind of disappointing. I don't know what to think about this one. Cleveland on the road. Again, I'm trying to not overreact by how well Baker played and how bad New England played. So I'm going to go Cleveland -4.5.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing good defense in New England right now, as they typically do.
Yeah.
I mean, Judon still looks incredible. I think we often forget, when I say we, I mean the general football public. Mac Jones is just as raw, just as much of a rookie as any of these other guys in the league, but because of how much better that now they look better than the Jaguars and the Jets and the Niners when Lance is in there. But they have 2 wins over the Jets, 1 win over Miami, right? And who's there? They haven't beaten a winning team yet. All of their wins are over garbage teams. I forgot their 4th win, but it's 2 on the Jets and 1 on Miami for sure. I got Cleveland -2.5 on the road.
I got Cleveland -5.5.
According to Vegas, New England will be laying 1.5 on
Is
Cleveland.
that me? You had 3.5?
4.5.
You had Cleveland 4.5.
Yeah.
And you had Cleveland
5.5.
Yeah, it's me.
New England is the favorite of the game.
Yeah, New England's favored by
Wow.
1.5. Early favorite
That is
for
wild.
the hot dog of the week.
That's wild. Yeah.
I'm about to stop the show and put a bet down.
Lock it in. Oh my God.
Take a quick break.
Yeah.
Send it.
Buffalo at the Jets. Jets are no good garbage. Except they have 3 good quarterbacks now, which is so weird.
Stop it.
Anyway,
Stop
here we
it.
go. Buffalo.
They have 1 okay quarterback and 1
But
young
I
rookie.
went too low. Buffalo -9. They should bring these guys out to the slaughter after being absolutely embarrassed by Jacksonville. What do you got?
Yeah, this should be an old Yeller game, so to speak. Especially if Josh Johnson's getting the start, because I don't want to hear they have 3 good quarterbacks. It was 42-10. 42-10 when Josh Johnson started turning it on. You might as well be going against fucking skeleton defense. 11.5. Buffalo by 11.5 on the road.
So I infamously go low on these all the time, I feel like. So I sent it higher and I actually went Buffalo minus 14.
You might be. All right,
I hope so. I usually don't hit these, so.
The Buffalo Bills laying 13 on the Jets.
Oh, so close.
Well, you got the point.
No, I know, but
all right, we're
going for precision.
We're gonna head to the Berg, Detroit versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's better. Detroit, whatever. Whatever. I don't even want to say anything about Detroit. Pittsburgh minus 8.
Pittsburgh hasn't shown me enough to give them over a touchdown. I guess we're going to find out in about a half hour, 40 minutes or so. I'd be more confident. I'd agree with you if they come out and they take care of business tonight. I don't think they will. I think Chicago, upset alert tonight for Chicago.
It seems like every Monday night game that we all try to predict what's going to happen and use it to the spreads next week, it always comes back and bites us. So I just played it as they're just better and that's it.
Well, I got Pittsburgh minus 6. I just went with minus 6.5 Pittsburgh. I don't think it's going to go lower. I think it could only go higher if they mollywop Chicago.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I think Detroit is still the better team. I know we say it every week, but I think I might have went too low. I actually went Pittsburgh minus 2.5.
Wow.
The Berg laying 9 on Detroit.
Yeah.
Laying 9.
I had 8. What'd you have?
I had 6.5. It's you.
All right, here we go.
I guess I don't know. Maybe I just don't think Pittsburgh's is that good of a team.
I
feel like they would be the favorite, but I felt like maybe they'd be like Detroit can keep it close.
I just feel
Would you be surprised if this winds up being a 24-21
no, not at all.
field goal game on some garbage time?
At this point, I'm not sure whose lower back is in worse shape, Ben Roethlisberger or Anthony Alessino. The guy is a
it's
geriatric.
probably Ben.
He's a fucking geriatric out there playing quarterback.
I'm not in great shape, but I would say it's Ben. He needs a cane in 2 years. I mean, maybe who knows? Anyway,
I'm saying, dude, it's like he needs to start taking snaps with one hand and having his left hand on the fucking walker. He needs to drag himself back.
That's not my fault. Anyway,
I didn't say it was.
No one was blaming you.
The last 1:00 game is Tampa Bay at Washington at the football team. The football team. Anyway, I got Tampa Bay minus 7.5 here.
I think the longer this goes on, the season meaning, the worse it's going to get for Washington, and the better it's going to get for Tampa as far as the book is concerned.
Okay.
I got Tampa minus 9.5 on the road.
I have Tampa minus 12.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers laying 9.5 on
Damn,
Washington.
good call.
Bang.
Whatever.
Give me a Mike Breen. Bang.
All right.
Bing
4:00. Here we
bong.
go. Oh my god. 4:00 games. Here we go. Carolina Panthers and Stephon Gilmore with the pick this week. Head to Arizona with Colt McCoy.
Is it going to be Colt McCoy?
No, it's probably not, but I just like saying his name. I'm assuming Kyler Murray's going to be there, and I'm going to take Arizona minus 10.
Based on what I saw, I know we touched on it just a few minutes ago, I decided this line would be the same for me, whether it was Kyler or Colt. So
That's disgusting.
Did not even bother looking it up. I got Arizona minus 7.5.
I have Arizona minus 7.5.
Arizona 9.5.
Yeah. Damn it, that half point. Anyway, here we go. Minnesota at the Chargers. Minnesota played pretty well against Baltimore. Minnesota hangs around in a lot of games. The Chargers are making me nervous. They're making me a little nervous. I thought they were going to go deep into the playoffs this year, and they're making me a little nervous. That being said, Chargers minus 7.
All right. So
Tell us.
we had a lot that we discussed in the opening, so I didn't want to, beat it to death in the opening. I knew we'd get to the Chargers this week. I could not come up with a reason in my head. Last week when we did the show, throughout the week, even when it came, the Chargers were only minus 1.5 to Philly at home, right? Were they at home?
Yeah.
Or they were at home? The
No.
Chargers? They were on the road. They were on the road. They were in Philly. Regardless, they were only 1.5 point favorites. By the time it was game time, it was a pick 'em. I couldn't fucking understand it because we all know how I feel about Philly, right? The Los Angeles Chargers rushing defense, 32nd in the NFL.
Yeah, it's garbage.
They're the worst rushing, worse than the Jets, worse than the Giants, worse than anything statistically the worst running defense in the NFL. And Philly almost beat them for that reason.
Yeah, and the Ravens destroyed them for that reason.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's a little guy named Dalvin Cook
Not little,
over
but
there in
go ahead.
Minnesota. Yeah, I know. Minus 3.5 Minnesota on the road.
You're taking Minnesota as the favorite.
Minus 3.5.
Hold on. I have Minnesota at 2.5.
What
Whoa.
So-
so you sit down, dude.
Before you start going on a
You
rant,
get all upset.
I'm just letting you know.
Tell us the line.
What's your spread?
I said it
He
already.
said it. He get it.
What is it?
Use your eardrums. 7.
7?
I said it.
Okay. Superchargers, 2.5.
I'll still take it. I like the points you made. I don't like the spread you picked. Anyway, I almost had a heart attack. If Minnesota was favorite, I would have grabbed my chest.
I just
anyway.
can't understand. What'd you say they were? 2.5 the Chargers?
2.5.
So they're 2.5 point favorites at home to Minnesota, but they were only 1 point favorites on the road to Philly.
I don't know the answers.
That doesn't make sense.
I know. I see what you're saying, but let's talk about Philly.
We're gonna talk about them right now.
Philly is going to head to Denver. Denver, fucking all of a sudden, they're like, Von's gone and we're good. I guess off of what I just saw with Minnesota and the Chargers, we're going to disagree here.
Okay.
I got Denver -1.
I don't think we're gonna disagree here then. Denver's another team we've been trying to figure out. Or I've been trying to figure out Denver all year. I think they're just one of those teams that's gonna. Sometimes you're gonna get Denver 1A, and sometimes you're gonna get Denver 1B. Meaning sometimes they're gonna come out and show up and play ball in Jerry World, and sometimes they're gonna come out and put up a fucking goose egg. Right? I mean, they're probably gonna wind up going 8-9, 9-8, something in that range. Missed the playoffs by a few spots.
Mhm.
That's the way I see it going for them.
All right. I mean, that's a fair take.
Denver minus 2.5.
Denver -1.5.
So 1.5, 2.5.
Mhm.
Denver, 2.5.
Oh,
Nice.
my third
Jeez.
fucking bangerang, dude.
Well,
Bing
give us a score
bong.
update because we
Try
got
hard.
3
It's-
games left.
Brian has 3. Anthony has 6. I have 9.
All right, with 3 to play, here we go. The hardest game, without a doubt, on this Monday night to predict is the Seattle Seahawks with Russell Wilson more than likely returning at Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers maybe returning. He could be cleared on Saturday to return. That's uncomfortable. But here we go. Green Bay -3.5. 3.5.
Take that same number and flip it from a minus to a plus. I got Seattle minus 3.5 on the road. Russell Wilson comes back.
Wow. Here we go.
Green Bay 3.5.
Oh my God. I hope it's 3.5 and we both pick up 2 points on Jim.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Good day for you, Green Bay, 3.5.
There it
Let's
is.
go.
There it is. We'll take it. That's a big swing.
That's a big.
What we call a big swing.
That's what I would call a big swing.
That's what we would call
All right,
a
so-
big dick swing.
There you go. If you're gonna use it, dude, you got to use it perfect timing. Good job. All right, Sunday Night Football, the Kansas City, not touchdown favorite Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. I said I wouldn't do it. I still won't do it. Chiefs -6.
I've been right there with you. Still haven't done it. Not doing it tonight. Not on this night. Chiefs minus 5.5.
Oh my God. Sometimes it's just the half point that separates the good and the great. You're up.
Chiefs 5.5.
Oh my God.
Be like that.
Am I good or am I great?
Kansas shitty, 2.5.
Oh my gosh. I have to take the Chiefs again. I have to do it again, dude.
You don't have to do it.
I have to. I'm 2 away from you.
Yeah.
All right, 1 to play. Here we go. I'm going to hit this right on the fucking head. Rams, 49ers. The Rams are -9. That's how confident I am.
All right, bro. All right, dude. All right, guy.
All right.
Didn't get this part out when we were talking
I
about.
just want to make sure you don't have 9 because
I
that would
don't.
be sad.
Didn't get. I would, if I had 9, I would have fucking grabbed that out of the air and thrown it right at your face and been like, "Go fuck yourself."
It's over no matter what.
Not today. As much as how great Colt McCoy looked in the Arizona offense last week, I do think San Francisco is a fucking dumpster fire right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And maybe they're missing their leader on defense, Rob Saleh. Who knows? Rams -12, even.
Jeez, I went Rams minus 7.5.
Rams -4.
That's
So Brian gets
just-
a fruitless point.
That's just too low. That's too low.
So it's 8. I'm sorry. 7 for Brian, 8 for Anthony, 10 for Jen.
Can we talk about the swing? How I had only 3 or 4?
Yeah,
That's too low.
you made a
But
late
quickly.
run.
whatever.
But it wasn't enough.
You said it was
wasn't
Rams,
enough.
You said it was Rams -4.
Yeah.
That is far too low.
That's,
Right, that's
We talk about we almost made it through this entire slate of games with Vegas not overreacting to what happened this weekend until we get to the fucking Monday night game and they overreact with the Rams, right?
here. What I don't understand is KC barely beat Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers, right? I don't know. I just don't know anymore. The Giants beat the Raiders, dude.
Oh, I know.
We gotta take a break.
All right, what's up, guys? As everyone knows, this season we are on YouTube. Last season we weren't, and I got to be honest with you, we were dressing like shit a little bit, you know? We weren't worried about what people saw. We were wearing pajamas. We had Anthony coming in wearing whatever sweats he wore to work that day. Half the time I'd roll out of bed and show up to the studio. But now the people are going to see us, and we got to look fresh. We want that fine Italian fucking material. That's right. We're talking Saatchi di Dinero, streetwear brand from Long Island, New York. The gear is fire. It looks good. Right now I got the M5 Motivated Money Making Monday morning hoodie on, okay? You're going to be able to get this and so much more at SaatchiDiDinero.com. Promo code HAVOC is going to save you 10% off. That's SaatchiDiDenero.com. HAVOC. Promo code HAVOC gets you 10% off. Always authentic, never counterfeit. Saatchi Di Dinero. All right, what's up? We're back. And it's time for the Fantasy Football Fringe Player Snake Draft. Before we get into that, though, of course, we need to review the week prior. Before I get Jack to give us the numbers, if you don't know now, you know, there was a little side bet made last week. A little head-to-head. Jack's team versus Alessino's team. $5 straight up. And we're going to get the results now. Do you have the paper with you?
I do have the paper, but you are currently holding the folder that contains the paper.
There it is. I don't need it. Go ahead.
All right. So, Alessino leading the pack. He's got 42. Trevor, Simeon carrying him to that. Brian with 32. AJ Dillon, standout performance. Mike fucking White blowing it. Devontae Parker, IR. Darnell Mooney, pending. I got 27 with a pending Darnell Mooney. James Davis Mills, 0. Pat Fryermuth, pending points. James totals up at 30.
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? That's right.
Between me and Ant right now, it is a 14-point spread. So Darnell, moonshot Mooney. I need 14 from you, my guy. We're one moonshot away.
You're 2 moonshots
Yeah,
away.
you're definitely 2 moonshots.
You're 2 moonshots away.
Well, one moonshot puts me in serious
Yeah,
danger.
puts you in trouble.
Yeah.
So 2 things to add to that. Off air, my good-looking partner over here, he wanted me to make it clear. If his 14-point lead holds up tonight, he will have won 3 straight weeks in a row.
That's true.
That's point number 1. Point number 2, I can't be positive about this, but I think I'm the only man sitting in this room to put up at least 1-0 every week since we started doing this.
I would have never noticed.
Because I had Lazard last week on COVID. Mills
Right.
didn't play this week, and I'm positive I had a 0.
The objective is to score the most points.
I know, no. Well, and you know, now in our league, our redraft league that we're all in, me and Brian squared up this week. We traded zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
He had a 0 out of.
Who was it? That I don't remember.
I got a 0 out of Brian Edwards. I picked him up after the Henry Ruggs deal between injuries and buys. I kind of needed to play him.
Chase Edmonds? No, right?
It
No.
was a wide receiver.
Chase Edmonds might as well have been a 0. No, I didn't exchange zeros.
Oh, you didn't finish with the 0?
No.
It was one of the Cowboys receivers that was it CD
Lamb wound up, he had 0 going into I think it was the 4th. He ended up with 4. So,
Oh, so we didn't even
not
trade
CD
the
Lamb
zeros.
numbers. Yeah.
So, Jack, I just want to make a note. If Moonshot Mooney doesn't pull it off for you tonight, I want to be paid in dimes.
You got it, Chief.
Thanks. All right, let's go.
This guy's got nothing to do, dude. You think he won't go get you $5 in dimes?
He has a choice now.
All right.
My five's right there.
I know. I looked to make sure it was still there and no one stole it.
I'm aggressive. I pay right away. Here we go.
The pool this week for quarterbacks, by the way, draft based on the guest lines. I'm picking first, then Anthony Alessino, then Jack, then Brian. The quarterback pool this week: Jimmy GQ, Trevor Lawrence, Sam Darnold, Teddy Two Gloves Bridgewater, Jacoby Brissett, Derek Carr, Colts Don't Call Me a Backup McCoy, Jalen Hurts, Josh Johnson, and Mike White. That's fucking interesting. Don't take either one of the two of them this week, because that's not. I need the matchups real quick.
You're officially on the clock.
I'm on the clock. That's cool. I'm not going to take. Give me Derek Carr for the sheer fact that this is probably going to be a shootout in Kansas City.
Give me Teddy Bridgewater. I wanted Derek Carr.
Sorry.
Didn't work out that way.
I'm going to take Jimmy G.
Von Miller is going to play next week, just so you know. It's too late. You already picked Jimmy G, but Von Miller should suit up next week.
Do I look like I'm scared?
Guess not.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
All right. The running back pool. Brian's gonna start off. We're snaking backwards. We got Nyheim Hines, James Conner, Devontae Freeman, Kenyon Drake, Devontae Booker, Jordan. I can't believe he's still getting work in the league. Howard, Eli Mitchell, Devin Singletary, who is supposed to go tonight. They said he's gonna go. Sony Michelle, and that's Brandon Bolden, right?
No, that's
Who's Bruce Bolden?
It's supposed to be
that's Brandon Bolden.
It's Brandon Bolden.
That's
Brandon
Bruce
Bolden.
Willis.
At least it,
Anquan Bolden. You'll be okay.
No, I was sure, honestly, I was making sure it wasn't some third string fucking running back that I didn't know about.
Hey,
at least it's not Ramondre Stevenson.
no, it's not.
It's not how you say his name.
It's yeah. What is it? Ramadan Stevenson, dude. Go.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't
dude?
okay us. Me.
Give me James Conner, because you know he's hopefully going to get 1 touchdown.
I feel like that
what
was
else?
the easiest pick to make.
And the
I was-
whole,
no,
in
the whole
history-
thing.
I was too
since we've
busy
been doing
listening
it.
to you
Yeah.
cry.
No, that was
I
the
couldn't focus.
No, oh my god.
Go ahead.
Go, Jack. You should have less than 10 seconds. to make a pick. I'm petitioning that to be a
Devontae.
rule.
No.
I heard it.
I'll take Eli Mitchell.
I'm sure you
Eli
will.
Manning?
I'm sure you will, dude. Jordan Howard. Unfucking.
Ooh.
I want to spit in the air and let it hit my face. Go.
Nyheim Hines, Kenyon Drake.
Spicy.
Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary.
I'll take Devonta Freeman.
Loser.
Oh, Jesus. You really left me with some. Give me Bruce Willis. Hopefully he gets in for a touchdown. Give me Brandon Bolden.
And the wide receiver pool. Eligible players are Elijah Moore, Olamide Zacchaeus, Tim Patrick, Brandon Ayuk, Hunter Renfro, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Keelan Cole, Cole Beasley, Deontay Harris, or Rashad Bateman. Brian, you're on the clock.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Wow, so quick.
Look, boomer bust. It only takes 1 touchdown to get 8, 9, 10 points on the board. So
Yeah, I don't disagree with the pick.
I'll take Renfro.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
I thought you said
I'm
I
waiting for
did.
Jack. I didn't.
I don't remember. Give me I got a case.
Oh,
I got a case. I got a case of the Beazles, dude.
give it to him.
Just got a case of the Beazles. Alrighty. Christ. I'm definitely gonna take Elijah Moore.
I was gonna say.
Give me Rashad Bateman. Got a lot of action this week. We'll see how it goes.
Give me Timmy. A little Timmy Teddy combo, dude. What do you think about that?
Stacking him.
I mean, Hunter Renfrow never made it to me, but I couldn't take him regardless
It's a great
because
stack.
I already have Drake and Derek Carr.
Right.
So I can't.
Big
be doing
Raiders
that.
guy.
Just bet on 40 spot
Yeah.
for Raiders and just pray.
Nah, can't do that.
Jack, you are still on the clock.
I will take. I'm a gambling man. I'll bet on my guy Ayuk.
Oh,
Mm.
I was thinking about it. Thank you, Jack. Don't let him hurt me again.
Fumbled away any chance of the Niners getting back to that game last night.
Still finished with a decent amount of points.
Still
Thank
gave
God.
me 18
Thank God.
points.
Damn, I don't even know.
Your choices are Keelan Cole,
I
Deontay
know.
Harris, or Zacchaeus.
Oh, I know who they are. I just don't feel good about them. I guess give me Keelan Cole. I don't. Why not?
I would have taken Zacchaeus, I think, but it's a good.
I think Corey Davis is still kind of banged up, so Keelan Cole might be a solid pick.
Like you said before, all he needs to do is catch a touchdown. He made that nice one-handed grab, even though it didn't.
Yeah, that didn't
but-
count, but then I don't want to get into it. Tight ends, eligible player pool: Jeff Swaim, Dan Arnold, Tyler Conklin, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, Hayden Hurst, Mike Gesicki, Tyler Croft, Harrison Bryant, Donald Parham Jr. You know, it's funny. This is a fringe player draft, and every single slot has a jet in it. Every single possession slot has multiple jets in it.
They're doing just enough.
At least they're on the list, dude.
Give me Dallas Goedert just to stack with Jalen on the off chance that he throws a touchdown to him.
Thinking like a winner.
Thinking like I'm playing DFS.
I'll take Swaim.
He fell to me. Zach Ertz.
I was thinking about taking Zach Ertz
I
again.
wanted to take him because he's one of the few solid starters on this list, but no, because Croft got hurt and left the game, and I don't know if he's
Listen, then
I
make the
mean-
safe pick.
Yeah. There's one guy who's
You just said
there's
you're
one guy
notorious.
who's been
He
getting catches.
just said he has zeros every single week. This is his chance to not take a guy who might not play.
There's one guy. Well, actually, there's two guys who will probably get you.
Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, there we go.
Dude, it was so close.
There we go.
Zach
No, I know, but
Ertz,
the thing is,
I was gonna say him or Arnold.
if
I like Gesicki with Brissett. throwing
isn't
the
Dan
ball.
Arnold also on the Cardinals now?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, he's on the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
You're right. He got traded.
Sorry.
He got
Yeah.
traded for when I was.
No, he got traded from the Panthers to the Jaguars. I thought
Mhm.
they traded him to the Cardinals for some reason. No, the thing with Tyler Croft is, if Mike White plays and if he plays, Mike White loves looking at him in the end zone.
Mm.
He floods him with targets in the red zone. But I can't. That's a lot of ifs on Monday, so that's why we're going Mike Gesicki.
Gesicki's very good with Brissett throwing the ball. That's all I'll say. You want to recap it?
Let's recap our teams. James rolling with Derek Carr, Naheem Hines, Kenyon Drake, Elijah Moore, Rashad Bateman, and Mike Gesicki.
It's a nice sounding team.
A lot of
And-
young guys.
Anthony rocking with Teddy Two Gloves Bridgewater, Jordan Howard, Devin Singletary, Cole Beasley, Tim Patrick, and Zach Ertz.
On paper, it doesn't sound good, but it'll equate.
Brian running with Jalen Hurts, James Conner, Brandon Bolden, Donovan Peoples Jones, Keelan Cole, and Dallas Goedert. And I, the
Putrid.
Loved him in the Sixth Sense, dude.
Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Hopefully he runs the ball as well as he acts. Hopefully he's seeing end zones and not dead people, you know?
Well, he was the dead person.
That's true. Yeah, go ahead.
I am rolling with Jimmy Garoppolo, Eli Mitchell, Devonta Freeman, Hunter Renfrow, Brandon Ayuk, and Jeff Swain.
All right. So once again, I'm going to say it's the worst team out of the four of them. And I would like the opportunity to take you for $5 head on head.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus.
My God.
You're one
Jesus.
shot away from being lower than me, bro. All
We
right?
are literally taking your lunch money every week. That's
works
how.
And you graduated high school. That's the worst
Kid
part.
works full time at Topgolf. He's fucking
Coastal's
he
Castle?
makes more money than me right now. all
Okay,
right?
time out. Time out. I asked
You're employed
him.
at the castle?
Hold on a second. I asked
Coastal's
him.
Castle?
Hold on. I asked him last week
All right.
how much you wanted to bet, how confident you were. You said $5. Now, regardless of if Mooney scores 15 or 14 or 13 or 0, I don't care. I was willing to bet whatever you wanted to bet. Now, you could look at Jimmy's team, and you could do that same thing. You could blast him live right now, and you could say, dude, my team's so much better than you. I'm going $100. And Jimmy,
Jesus.
would he do it? He's shaking his head no, like he wouldn't. So he's not confident. And I have supreme confidence. So just take that with
Are
you.
you trying to bet him $100?
No, I'm-
against
No,
your
we're
I'm-
team?
trying to teach Jack a lesson in gambling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, essentially, yes. But if he did want to bet $100, I would bet it. But I am trying to teach him a lesson. So what's it going to be, pal? Another $5 bet? Tail between the legs? Are you scared?
I'll double my bet. I'll go 10.
To
Woo!
Jimmy.
All right, 10.
Let's get it.
Shake on it.
Witness of the handshake, 2 witnesses.
Phone goes
Two
down.
witnesses. It's a completely legal binding contract at this point.
We all saw it.
Not really because it's in New York, but whatever. We'll digress it. Here we go.
Hey, it's legal here now. We're not using a book.
Yeah.
Sports gambling is legal in New York now. It's not legal to use the book yet, but we're not using a book. We're using each other.
Yeah. You're
I am the book.
Take it easy. You just
Should
said
we
House of
start
Hog.
Put that on his shirt. I am the book.
Should we start the Parlay-Vous sports book? No, I'm kidding. I'm
No.
kidding. That would be way.
We need some investors, I think.
Yeah,
Something
we
like
got
that.
there's a lot to do.
I don't know if the budget's
We got to
there.
get
That's
this
really what
picture
it is.
out of here.
It's a budget
If
thing.
this picture leaves, then we can start building something. This
Nah,
picture,
dude. Iron Mike.
whatever.
Do you think
man.
they could lose it in the move? Just like, I don't know what happened.
No, they're not
Line
losing
up
that
with
in
the
the move,
picture.
dude.
You know?
I don't even think my mom knows it's down here, and it's made out to her. To Annie, best wishes to my number one fan, Mike Dick.
She's definitely not his number one fan.
No.
I'm willing to bet my
You
entire
don't know
life.
that. You don't know that.
I'm willing to bet my entire life that that
Nobody in this house has ever been Mike Dicker's number 500th fan.
If you ranked him, really?
Yeah, I doubt it.
I'm gonna tweet at Mike Dicker later and see if he
Does he have a
remembers
Twitter?
signing that picture.
You think he runs his own Twitter?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, hey,
I
Mike,
don't know.
you remember
His
signing
daughter
this
probably
picture
runs it,
back in
if he has a daughter.
2001?
I like to think that if Donald Trump runs his own Twitter, that Mike Ditka should get on his own.
I feel like
Twitter.
they're two
I feel
different
like,
people.
No, I just feel like if there's like
one of them had way more going on than the other.
yeah, like one was busy a lot.
Yeah, Mike Ditka has like 5 steakhouses, dude. He's way
Oh,
busier than Trump was.
Man, he's got to make an appearance at least once a year at all 5 of them. How the fuck does he do that? Are you okay? All right.
I'm good.
All right, that's the fantasy football fringe player snake draft. We're gonna take a quick break. All right, we're here. We got to talk to you about Stay Thirsty for a minute. All right, in October we had a special promotion going on. Droptober, you had brand new products every week in the month of October. For the holiday season, we got a little something different going on. Isn't that right, Jack?
Yes, sir. This holiday season, we're going to have a mystery box for you guys. You're going to use code HAVOC to get 15% off. Get a mystery box. You're going to give a gift to yourself while you're giving gifts to the people you care about.
Stay Thirsty Co. Drop the OY and focus on you. All right, and we're back, and it is time for the final segment. But before we get into it, as always, best way to support the show is to support the sponsors. You support the sponsors. You're supporting the 4 boys in this room. It's simple as that. Tournament of Degenerates time. Last week for me was the week that almost was. All right, and you might say, what does that mean? We had the tease. Jets plus 16.5. Despite the absolute disaster that went on, they covered 16.5. New England plus 2.5. Good. Baltimore plus 0.5. That's good money. Rams minus 1.5. Blows the whole thing apart. Then we had the over parlay. Jets Colts over 46.5. Easy. The Colts almost went over that on their own. Chargers Philly over 50. Easy money. New England Carolina over 41. No good, blows it up. And then I had Houston money line. We lost a total of 500 this week. I'm down to minus 1,400 total. Keeping it simple but heavy this week. Simple but heavy, all right? It's two teams. It's two money lines. They're both underdogs, and we're parlaying it. The Seattle Seahawks. And you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad. One of our friends in Jacksonville is going to be mad. The Philadelphia Eagle money line. We're parlaying the two of them together. $1,000 are on the line to win $4,920. And that's all I got.
And that is a big dick swing.
No, not really. Anyway, I lost everything this week. I don't even have the sheet, but all I know is I had the Saints on everything, and they really just didn't work out. So we're just gonna look ahead and not look behind. We lost 1,000. We were up money. We lost 1,000. So now we're down 874. But moving on, we got 200 on a 3-team parlay. Browns, Titans, Chiefs all straight. 200 to win 9-12. And I got 500 straight on the Browns to win 500. That's it. That's all we got. Nice and easy. Browns mean everything to me.
Keeping it the way he drinks his coffee, light and sweet.
Uh-huh. You heard?
So last week I had I had the Ravens, the Browns, and the Chargers in the parlay. I know the Browns covered. I think the Chargers covered, but I know for a fact the Ravens did not. So that didn't work out. Wound up losing 100. Also put 100 in on the San Francisco money line. That did not hit either. So we're down to 457 for the year. This week I am going with I have the Browns at another 3-team parlay. Browns 1.5, Packers 3.5, Titans -3, 100 to win 600. Switch it up this week. Actually, went with another parlay for over under. So I got the Vikings and the Chargers over 51.5. Good. Okay. Got Seattle versus Green Bay over 50. And then we have the Chiefs versus the Rams over 51. I'm sorry, Raiders. Take that back, Raiders. Over 51.5.
I like those, but I always like the over.
I was really just looking for any games I felt confident in the over. Anything I felt like wasn't a Sherlock, I wasn't even going to touch.
All right, I like those. I like those. What's that? What is that, 100?
That was another 100 to win 600.
600?
Yeah.
All right. Jack. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Rookie does it again.
As of last week, Green Bay money line did not hit. Browns money line did hit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a big dick alert. The big dick parlay of the week has hit. The Browns, the Falcons, and the Chargers all covered their money lines for a whopping 100 for $1,111, bringing my total with a total win of 1,241 last week to a cool 2012. Great year.
It was an alright year. World should have just ended. Did us all a favor.
This week, I have the Browns 200 to win even 200, and I got 100 on the Raiders to win 125. And our big dick parlay of the week, we got the Browns money line, we got the Vikings money line, and we got the Raiders money line. 300 to win 2,670.
I'm not going to be the first one to talk.
Why?
I'm not.
There's a lot of action. Just a lot of action
I'm not.
going on there.
You want a reaction to him? What do you?
No, I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about it. Good. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to everybody. The Glizzy God pick of the week. Bit of a skid, but it's been a wacky part of the year, so to say, right?
No excuses. Mike White, you fucking blew it. You
Yeah,
loser.
I mean, look, Mike White fucking blew it. Not
I'm
for
calling
me.
you out, dude. It should have broke. Your fucking wrist should have broke, or you should have came back in the game.
Yo,
What?
take it easy.
Whoa.
What's that about?
Here, see, this is what I have to say about this, all right? You watched him pick up a football, grab it,
No.
try to throw it 5 yards, and instantly put his head in his hands and said no. So even if it wasn't broken, and this isn't just to you, because I saw it all over Twitter.
Okay.
I heard all these motherfuckers on the fan all week. Get in there. You only get one, maybe two. You usually only get one shot at this, especially he's been waiting 4 years for the shot. Especially if you had money on the game. Why would you want a guy out there who can't grip the football? It was a nerve contusion that took away all of the feeling in his middle finger and his ring finger on his right hand. Why do you want a quarterback out there who cannot grab the football hard enough to throw it? If you have the money on the game. If you want to see Mike White, see what this kid's made of, all right, yeah, you tough it out. We'll see. If you had money on them to win the game, I don't see why you would want a right-handed quarterback without his right hand out there on the field. That's all
Okay,
have to
I
say on
agree.
that.
Maybe it came out wrong. What I meant to say was when he got hurt, I thought he broke his wrist. When he didn't break his wrist, I was upset that he didn't get back in the game. He should have been back in the game. Now, that being said, I understand what you're saying about the nerve damage, right? But didn't he say by halftime it was starting to feel better?
They said it started to slowly get better throughout the game. Salah said no. At the end of the third quarter is when he said that
And it was already too late.
He thought it could play, and Salah said there was no reason to put him back in there at that point in the game, which I don't disagree with.
It's just a shame.
You need him this week, and
That's crazy.
if you're Mike White, you got a pay bump coming at the end of the year. Not if you
Do you?
Yeah, you don't think he's got a pay bump as a backup, regardless. He's making
Yeah.
No,
he's making
I
like
don't.
$4 million, if that, this year. He's got a big pay bump coming.
No,
as a
he
backup.
makes $50,000 a game check.
$50,000 a game check.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what the veterans minimum, less than $3
know what
million
that
for
is.
the year.
I will say it's a shame. I wonder what would have happened.
I bet you they still lose because Mike White isn't playing inside linebacker. Mike White has nothing to do with the defensive line getting. They averaged. We didn't really talk about this because it was Thursday, so now we're here. We'll do it. 7 yards per carry before first contact. They had 250 rushing yards. 230 of them came before first contact. That's atrocious. Doesn't matter what Mike White did. He could have thrown for 405 and 3 touchdowns again. Bad. The defense lost that game. They got the doors blown off from whistle to whistle.
Yeah, I agree with that. So anyway, I had the Jets. Who'd you have?
I had Houston.
No good.
I had Houston before Tyrod Taylor was announced to start. And then when Tyrod Taylor came in, I thought we were in a better position. Didn't turn out that way.
Yeah.
They did compete, though.
Tyrod Taylor's going to win some games, though.
Yeah, he'll win you some games. They had
Which might not be a good thing. Who did you have?
For last week?
Yeah.
I had the Falcons as the Glizzy. Hit on it.
good
Yeah.
pick.
Who'd you had the Jets, right?
Yeah.
I thought rolling with you would be good,
So
but
now
now I'm getting nervous.
No, he rolled with you.
Yeah, he rolled with you.
You sold him on the Jets. So now that we're a week removed from it, and it does not matter, I have to ask, mostly for my own personal reasons, who was your pick before he sold you on the Jets? Do you remember?
I'll tell you right now. My pick originally was the Browns.
Okay.
The Browns
Okay.
kicked the shit in.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you picked the Jets, so it's another blemish on the
So,
record.
you know what? For that, I'll go last. Who's your Glizzy pick?
My Glizzy pick this week. It was a tough decision, but I went with the Raiders.
I
Okay.
fucking hate it.
It's so bold.
Like, I hate it. I hate it.
I looked at the Raiders.
Yeah, it's
I
fucking
looked at it. I thought about it, but I'm like, the Giants. It's a week-to-week league, but it's hard to pick the Raiders against the Chiefs, coming off of what we
Yeah.
just saw happen against the New York Football Giants. So I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'll go next. You guys, I'll go next.
I got mine. Whatever.
My Glizzy God pick of the week this week is a team that we almost every time they were an underdog by 2.5 or more, we fucking picked them and they won. They probably got us 4 or 5 Glizzy God pick of the week wins last year.
You going to Seattle?
I'm going Seattle.
I also thought about going Seattle, but I don't know. I'm just not sure. I think it's going to be a shootout regardless. But I did have to bury the hatchet on a team that I don't usually touch, and I'm pretty outspoken about not touching, but I believe everyone deserves a second chance. So my Glizzy this week is going to be the Minnesota Vikings.
So
and
is mine.
hopefully it works out.
So is mine.
And you don't love it. You don't feel good about it. I'm not walking out of here at the end of the podcast.
I would
being
say
like,
that-
this feels like a lock.
I would say that Brian divorced the Panthers, much like I will divorce the Vikings if they don't get it done for me. It's time to sever. the
I just can't
relationship.
do it.
It is. It's time. I mean, I've been beat by them so many times.
Right.
I hear that. And I get that. And we could possibly have our second divorce of the season next
The problem
Monday.
is they're home, the Chargers. That's what makes me sick to my stomach.
But are they home, though? Is SoFi Stadium a home game for them? It's
It doesn't feel like a home
by
game
this
for
point-
anybody, really.
by this point it's
If
a
anyone,
home
it's
game
the
for
Rams.
the Rams.
Yeah, it's
By
for
this
the
point,
Rams.
SoFi Stadium is the Rams' home stadium. They also came back to LA from St. Louis. The Chargers moved from San Diego to LA. They weren't originally based in LA, were they? Or were they?
I don't think so.
So all their fans are a good. San Diego is like a good 4 hours away from LA, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it's a ride, dude. It's like, so any fans, the Chargers fans,
San Francisco and
aren't-
LA are it's like
San
6
Diego.
It's
They're
like
far.
oh
San
no, San
Diego.
Diego's even further.
Yeah, it's far.
yeah, San Diego.
Oh, actually,
So everyone, the Chargers fans are in San Diego. They're not in LA. So, and they don't, most of these games in SoFi Stadium, the Rams games at this point, like all the celebrities are coming out. Everyone's got Rams gear on. Everyone's wearing the jerseys. People are getting fired up. There was a fight in a preseason game.
yeah, 2.5 hours.
2.5. All right, still. So that's a drive. But I mean, I guess it's not much different than us going to MetLife, right?
Actually, the Chargers were in Los Angeles for like 1 year, 1960.
Just 1 year.
Yep, and then they went to San Diego right after.
Yeah, so not
1961.
enough to build a fan
No,
base.
no.
Their fan base isn't in LA. The Rams were originally
Yeah.
in LA.
No, I
Much like the Raiders were originally in
Yeah.
LA. I don't even know. I don't consider it the home field advantage for them doesn't really do much for me. Kirk Cousins at the end of the day, am I going to put the house on Kirk Cousins?
I mean, it's the same thing that you
I
said
think I'm
about
putting
the
it on
Russian
Dalvin.
defense, though.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say I think
No.
I'm putting it on Dalvin.
I know. I don't hate it. I just
Seattle's a good pick, and it could be a better pick if Rodgers misses the game.
Russ is playing no matter what.
It's cleared to play. I'm assuming he plays. He's cleared to play.
If Russ is going to play, which I'm assuming he's going to, because
He's already been
let's
cleared.
fucking
Go
go,
Hawks.
because it's go
Yeah.
Hawks. That's why, because it's Russ. Whether it's Jordan Love or Rodgers, Russ coming back off of the couple of weeks out with Geno going 2-1 in his wake, right?
I don't know.
Or
if it
1 and
was
2.
2-1. Yeah.
1 and 2. They're still there. I think Russ is just ready to go. You know,
And
I
Russ better be ready
I
to
think
go.
he's going to come.
He's
in
one of
off
those
the
guys I
injury.
feel like he's been conditioning. He's been keeping up with what he has to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see it. I don't know. I don't like taking the glizzy god against the top team in the league. You know what I mean? And I consider Green Bay elite. I don't consider Green Bay like I would never bet against Green Bay to lose 2 games in a row. I would never bet against the Rams to lose 2 games in a row. Maybe at the Cardinals at this point to lose 2 games in a row.
Here's the thing too with Green Bay on my end is we're not positive if Rodgers is going to play, right? Even if Rodgers does play, he spent more time on the fucking Pat McAfee show and on local sports talk radio than he has looking at his playbook and getting his head right for this game.
I think he knows it. By now.
Yeah, but it's Rodgers.
Yeah.
See, to me, it's
I
like,
know, but my argument to that is, but it's Russell.
would you be shocked if Aaron Rodgers threw for 400 and was like, "Shut up, everybody"? 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Devontae Adams has 200 yards. Would you be like? Would you feel like, whoa?
Against this Seattle team, I would be a little shocked, but I mean, it's like we said they lost the first game, and everyone said, "Oh, Rodgers," we were saying on this show, the first game of the year they lost, and like, oh, maybe Rodgers should have been more focused on practicing and training camp than he was about going on vacation with Shailene Woodley and talking about fucking not want to be on the team and this and that, not showing up and holding out. And you said right then and there they could rip off 6 straight wins, and I wouldn't be surprised, and they did.
Yeah,
And now they're 6-2. I
So-
wouldn't be surprised that no matter
7-2, right?
7-2.
7.
Yeah, they lost yesterday.
So now, both these teams could have Odell by Sunday.
Both these teams could have Odell by Sunday. If Odell goes to the Packers,
He ain't gonna be
Jeez.
running routes like that. He's not gonna know that.
no,
Yeah.
not on Sunday. I just mean in general.
Yeah.
Super Bowl,
No.
Yeah.
NFC Championship
Spicy.
game.
It's dead.
No.
No.
NFC Championship game? I didn't hear that. Maybe. Super Bowl? No. No.
All right.
I think that I'm gonna stick by it. Rams are the team to beat, and it's really not that close in the East. You could go Bucks as number 2, and then like after that, I feel like there's like a significant drop off, in my opinion. And that's weird to say, right? That's really weird to say. That's spicy, but it's top 4 teams. It goes Rams, Bucks, like a couple steps down. Cardinals, Packers, a flight of steps.
Yeah,
And now
I
we're
agree.
like, now we're here. You know
I
what
do
mean?
agree with that.
And the AFC, yeah.
We thought we knew, and now we don't know.
Yeah.
So
I don't know any. I couldn't even tell. This is the only reason what I'm saying. Like the Chiefs still could come out of the AFC
Yeah.
because who's the team?
Well, this is what we were saying when we were watching football yesterday. If they get it together and they start playing their best football the last month of the year, and they come in as a 6 or a 7 seed, is there a fucking worse team to welcome into your home field? Like, oh, we got home field advantage. This is sick. We don't have to go on
I'm
the road.
pretty sure.
And then you got Mahomes and the fucking boys coming in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would be the most dangerous 6 seed ever.
Besides Eli.
Well, that was moment. I'm saying on paper because the Giants weren't that on paper.
Yeah.
They were just.
Just caught it one.
Also
swing.
the Titans. Now I'm looking at it. Titans and Colts. Buffalo. I guess Buffalo really carved themselves out as like being that AFC
The
favorite.
thing is, these top like Titans and Colts, you just said these some of the top teams in the AFC. Yeah, right now they seem like Titans and Colts seem like two of the formidable guys, right? But
Yes, yeah.
you got Carson Wentz, career terrible decision maker,
Mm-hmm.
and Ryan Tannehill, who is the book really out on him yet? Do we know
I
exactly?
like Ryan Tannehill.
I like him, but
And Carson Wentz
without
has a ring.
Derrick Henry, do you love him?
He does.
Carson Wentz has a
It's
ring.
Nick Foles' ring. That's Big
Sure.
Dick Nick's ring.
Carson Wentz
It's Big Dick Nick's ring.
goes to bed every night with a ring by his bedside. Probably.
Yeah, in his fucking Nick Foles pajamas, dude.
Whatever, man. A ring's a ring's a ring. Remember that. Don't ever forget
I
that.
bet you if you got Carson on the phone, he would disagree with you. The same way Shockey
I bet you he wouldn't.
didn't feel like he earned his ring with the Giants because he was hurt up in the booth during that game, the 2007 Super Bowl. And then 2 years later, he won one with the Saints, and he only considers himself a one-time Super Bowl champion.
Well, that's because Jeremy Shockey's a loser.
All right.
All right? There you go. I said it.
Are you a champion?
That's
if
a
you won?
loser mentality, dude. You work your whole life to get on a team, to get in a position, to play on a team, to get minutes on a team. If an injury stops you from playing and your team wins the championship, this is in my opinion. You've earned that right. If you're on that 53-man roster, even if you're hurt, IR, you broke your leg, whatever, Carson Wentz tore his ACL, you've earned the right to consider yourself a champion. That's how I feel. I mean,
All right, look, you can call yourself a champion. Do you call yourself a Super Bowl winning quarterback if you're Carson Wentz?
no, I say,
Okay.
but that's different. I mean,
The ring's a piece of fucking jewelry, dude. The ring is a piece of jewelry. I
My-
want to know
no.
if you were a
Nope.
Super Bowl winner.
no, because you are a Super Bowl winner. You're just not the way you're putting it is you're putting it that you're loading the question, right? You're loading it purposely.
How am I loading the question?
So when you ask, are you a Super Bowl? If somebody in the street came up to Carson Wentz and was like, "Yo, did you ever win the Super Bowl?" What would his answer be?
I
No?
bet you he'd say no.
Silliness.
I bet you he would
I
say
gotta
no.
I guess I gotta fucking tweet at Carson Wentz now and fucking actually.
We'll send him the clip, dude. I'll clip it. We'll tweet him the whole clip.
Because to me, he's a Super Bowl winner.
No,
So to you, he's not.
he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
No. I'm saying, so if you're Carson Wentz, you'd say no.
I don't think he. Yeah.
No. If you're Carson Wentz, and I walk up to you and go, "Hey, Mr. Wentz, have you ever won the Super Bowl?" What would you say?
Well, I mean, how old are you now? Because you just made the voice like you're a small young kid. Yeah, because a small kid, he would just be like, "Yeah, buddy, I did."
All right.
But if you fucking came up to him and said, "Hey, man, are you a Super Bowl winning quarterback?" He would probably say, "No, unfortunately, I'm not."
I think you're choosing words wrong,
Is
which is fine.
Jared Lorenzen a Super Bowl winning quarterback?
Is
David Carr a Super Bowl winning quarterback?
He's a champion.
Okay. But
He's a champion.
so we're disagreeing on the words. That's great. He's a champion. All right.
But you're saying Super Bowl
So is the
winning
guy who
quarterback.
mopped the fucking toilets at MetLife Stadium in 2007.
Now
dude.
we're getting crazy. So now I'm going to tell Carson Wentz, you're comparing him to the guy that's mopping the
He
toilets
might as
there.
well have been mopping the toilets, dude.
Okay. All right. We got to bring Connor into this. Now Connor's got to be brought in. And
We
now
will
Carson
fucking
Wentz has to be brought
FaceTime
in.
Connor next week. Dude.
Now Carson Wentz has to be brought in. I don't know. I'll bring Nick Foles into it. You don't think Carson Wentz was in the quarterback room with Nick Foles during the playoffs? You think he was just like, fuck you, dude. Dude, you're on your own.
He didn't catch the fucking Philly special.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't catch the Philly special. You're right. Look at Brian. Look
He
at
didn't-
Brian. Just quiet as a
he
church
didn't-
mouse
he
over
didn't-
there.
He didn't go.
He don't want to get involved with this
He
thing.
didn't go 3 straight games in the playoffs and fucking beat them all as a severe underdog, as a guy who hasn't taken a snaps, started fucking taking snaps in week 14 that year. I think Nick Foles' Super Bowl run is way more impressive than Carson Wentz's entire body of work.
Wow.
Yep, said it.
All right.
That's a statement.
It's a fucking spicy one. I'm gonna end the show now because I don't know. I don't know what else to say. We could talk about this for hours.
No,
I'm
yeah,
contacting Nick Foles. I'm contacting Carson Wentz. I'm contacting Connor. Who else? Terrell
I
Owens.
feel like as far as our
Yeah, get Terrell Owens.
Eagles connections, that's about as far as it goes.
That's about as far as the guy, the janitor, the head janitor of the Eagles that year.
And fucking Doug Peterson. See, he's not
No.
doing nothing right now, right?
No,
He's
fucking-
not working. Is he working?
I don't know.
The coordinator
so.
somewhere?
Whatever.
He might be a
Do you-
coordinator.
what do you
or a
think?
coach.
What do you think? Or if you're Carson
It's
Wentz
tough.
and I come up
Pick
to
a
you.
side. You need to pick a side right now.
No.
Who do you agree with?
No,
Mir
listen,
and-
listen,
Oh, no.
listen. If I come up to you and say, "Hey, Mr. Wentz, did you win the Super Bowl? Are you a champion?"
I would probably say no.
That's.
I would probably say no. But at the same time, I do get where you're coming from. You're still part of the team. But
Yeah, dude, that's like fucking being the 53rd guy on a high school team.
Right,
That
like-
wears the jersey to school on Friday, and then girls are like, "Oh, you're on the team," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm on the team."
That's
Like,
a
what position
really
do you play? And he
fucking
goes,
bad
"I'm on the
comparison.
team."
He's comparing the worst kid on a high school team of a losing high school team. We're just gonna assume that
Bro,
they're
if
not
you
a good
were
high
a
school team.
third-string
well,
offensive
no, they won the
lineman,
championship. That's what he's saying.
What?
He's saying that they would have won the championship in
Oh,
that
on
scenario.
a championship.
Yeah.
Oh, you're comparing that to a
If you were-
franchise quarterback who got hurt.
hurt himself. When that play happened.
Oh, he tore his own ACL.
When that play happened, we all looked at each other and said, "There's
Yeah.
no reason to make that play."
Right, but
There
it
was no
wasn't.
reason
It,
to make the
it wasn't
play
his
made.
fault. He could have just been like, "Wow, that sucked. I get up, play
No.
runs." He
It's,
knew-
it's
he
his
wasn't
fault
like-
in the sense that nobody else told him to dive headfirst into 3 tacklers.
Sheesh. And I don't even like Carson Wentz. I don't know why I'm defending him so much.
Oh, let's get
Like,
CJ Everson too. He's another Eagle guy.
I
We'll
like
get
him.
We'll
I'm
get
not.
CJ
I
on
don't
the
love
phone.
him. You know, I'm not like he's not my guy, but put some respect on it.
No, you earn it. Earn your respect.
No, he did, dude. He dove head first. He didn't. He
Bro,
wasn't
he dove-
Carson Wentz MVP caliber.
Yeah, he was. And what has happened since then?
Oh,
It's not like he tore
What
his
have you
ACL.
done for me
Hey,
lately?
Look, it's not like he tore his ACL and then Nick Foles came in, won the Super Bowl, and it was the Nick Foles show, and Carson Wentz had to get out of town. Nick Foles was fucking shipped elsewhere, and Carson Wentz came back in and got the fucking job back, and 2-3 years later, he's out of fucking town because he can't deal with any backups behind him ever, dude.
I mean, Nick Foles, like, besides the 7 games of the playoffs and the 3 games he took over, which I don't even know how good he statistically was, right? He might have just been good enough. I have to look that up. He's a career backup.
One of the best backups to have.
Wow.
Nick
Wow.
Foles-
And Wentz is starting after a torn ACL and all this injuries and completely collapsing in Philly.
Okay, but Trevor Simeon or Nick Foles, who would you rather have?
Neither, dude.
No,
Carson Wentz.
No. I mean, because my point is he's the 3rd-string backup on Chicago right now.
Who? Nick Foles?
Nick Foles, yeah. My point is that there are at least 4 or 5 spots in the league today that I think Nick Foles is an upgrade over the guy there. He's an upgrade over anybody on the Jets, but especially between Mike White or Josh Johnson. He's an upgrade over Trevor Simeon.
Oh, well, okay. Now you're just being silly. Of course he's an
Well,
upgrade over Mike White and Josh Johnson.
He's
Is
right
he-
now.
is he
right
an
now today? He's an upgrade over Zach Wilson, but Zach Wilson is the.
Is he
future.
an upgrade over... Right now he's an upgrade over Justin Fields.
Yeah, but you can't fucking.
Right, I
hold
know.
against Psyche.
Is he better right now? You'd rather have him than Carson Wentz right now in Indy.
No.
No.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure we haven't lost the conversation.
No, but I think
I want to make sure we haven't lost
No,
you.
but I think he might be better off. Like if they hadn't drafted Trey Lance, I think he would be better off than Jimmy Garoppolo right now.
okay,
I think he would be better off than
fine.
Trevor Simeon right now. I think he would be better than anything going on in Miami. Lower upside than Tua, obviously. I think he's better than anything going on in Miami. Better than anything going on in Houston. If Houston was in the business of winning games, I think they would have made that trade for Nick Foles. but they're not. They're in their version of the NFL tank. My point is that just because he's a third string in the league right now, I think there's multiple spots where he would be an upgrade and a starter in the league today.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that if you took Carson Wentz off that team, he would also, all the teams you named, he'd also slide into the starting position on those teams. Like, the body of work of Carson Wentz's MVP season is better than Foles' 7 games. More went into it than just Nick Foles catching lightning in a bottle for the championship. What was their record when Carson Wentz got hurt? That's the real question.
I think they were 14-2. No, I think they were 14-2 total that year. So I guess they were 12-2 at that point.
Yeah, probably.
So, like, Carson got you there. Like, he got you there. Foles did what he had to do. That's like fucking people. That's like you. Oh, now we're going to really end the show now. But that's like you fucking Yankee fans. And I'm looking at you, but I know you're not a Yankee fan. But you fucking Yankee fans that are like, A-Rod blew it in the playoffs. A-Rod got you there, dude. He's the reason why you were there. Oh, he struggled during the World Series? He hit fucking 40 home runs, almost 300, had 100 RBIs, and played Gold Glove. Third, because he wasn't allowed to play short because Derek Jeter was there.
Take it easy with the captain, all right?
I'm just saying. And then they're like, oh, he didn't show up for playoffs. Who got you to 12-2 before fucking Foles was like, this is a pretty good situation. If I game manage this, I might win a ring. Like, fuck.
We'll pull the numbers up and we will continue.
I was going to say, this is a good
We can
good for
continue
next
this
week.
debate next week. As always, brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Tiger Pack Productions, Sachi Di Dinero, and Stay Thirsty Company. Got anything else? Chuck?
We just took over. They're gone.
Yeah.
It got fired.
Yeah,
I
you
just had
guys
to make
got
sure.
you guys took the energy. No.
Every once in a while,
We're
you need
good.
one of those. Hey, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace.